Good morning. I am just wanting to give you some information about what kind of is going on today. So let's take a look at this. So we've got January 11th through the 15th, and we've got, it says TRF for this week, so I'm going to click that. And I am just going to open it with my Visto account, so that way you can see it. Okay, so open to attach and submit. So I'm opening my TRF for this week. Lots of little clicks I need to do. I'm going to leave this tab open because then I can click submit when I'm all done. But here we go. So it says name, Ava teacher, Ava tutor. And we've talked through this multiple times, right? We've talked through this, we've talked through all the pieces, and it's just another refresh because it's been a couple weeks. The other thing posted in this week, it says January 11th, TRF guiding questions. I'm going to click there and take a look at that. So there was a PDF posted, right? And you'll notice this PDF is a little bit different because it is out of 50 and I only score yours out of 25. So don't stress too much about the differences. Okay. But here's what I want you to be thinking about. Topic essential question from an academic class. Okay. This, you could almost do initial question and then come back on this. But initial question, remember this is where you get your first point, is I review my resources. What is something I don't understand? Right? Maybe you need to go through your Moodles today and you need to be like, we have one more test in math and I don't understand polygons. We have one more test in math and I don't understand whatever it is you're studying, special right triangles. We've got a physics test coming up and I'm really stuck on blank. Okay. Right, we have essentially 3 weeks left in the semester, so definitely there's probably at least one test coming in. And then how much information do I need to put about the source in order to return to it? That's an interesting tidbit. Where is this coming from? And how much of the source matters? If this comes from one of your Moodles, then maybe put exactly where so we can come back to it and look at it. Key academic vocabulary. What are key words that I need? What are the definitions? Right? Remember, you have to have a word and a definition. That's something that we're forgetting. Okay? Well, let me highlight definitions. Sad day. Oh, well. Right? We forget to define them, and then we're missing points because of that. What do we know about my question? What do I know? What concept does it remind me of? How can I organize it? Can I make a prediction about an answer? Right? Some of those triangle ones, maybe you can make a prediction about what the answer is going to be. Can I connect this to prior knowledge, right? Can I connect my insight on things that are happening in world history to stuff we already talked about this year, right? Then, this is something that some of you are forgetting. This critical thinking about the question. That's the back page of our tutorial, right? This critical thinking back page needs to get done before we start. You show your thinking about your question. You identify your point of confusion. And then you do some general steps. Now, I haven't been super intense about your general steps, but some of you are leaving this totally blank. And when you do that, it's really hard to get any points. Okay? So some thinking. What can I show? Is it a math problem and I can do a couple steps? What do my notes say? Can I work backwards? Maybe that happens in a math question. Boy, I don't know. I know that Mr. Davis said this was the answer. I don't know how he got there. So I'm going to try and work backwards. What are smaller parts I can break it down into? That might be helpful for world history. Boy, it's asking me a big question. What are some smaller chunks? Is there a website I can use? And then some steps. What steps did I take? Have I done something like this before? What can I list? Can I keep my steps general? And then at the very bottom, you put your tutorial question. Now that I know where I'm stuck, I've done all this work and I'm stuck somewhere. Right here, Is my tutorial question different from my initial question? Is it authentic? That is derived. Whoa. An authentic question derived from my point of confusion. Some of you are not writing a TQ, a tutorial question, at the bottom. Okay? You're just kind of leaving that part blank, and it needs to show that you've given some thought to something. Okay, so I'm going to go to my TRF. This is my Visto, teacher me, tutor. Maybe Nelson's going to be helping in our group this week. Subject, I'm pulling this from geometry. I'm going to say I'm in first hour. And then the date, I'm just going to say 1/11 because that's the day I'm filling this out. And that's the Monday of this week. Topic, my topic is 6.1 polygons. Maybe my initial question is, or my essential question from this particular class was something about, whoops, now I've clicked out of where I need to be. What are the measures of angles in a polygon? And you know what, actually I think it was in and out of a polygon. So my initial question is this. The measure of an interior angle, I'll just pick one of them, unknown is given. Find the measure of the exterior angle, then classify the number of sides. Hint, the interior and exterior angles are supplementary. And I'm just going to say this came from a 6.1 worksheet. So some key vocab. Maybe I want interior angle. Interior angle is an angle inside the polygon. And if the polygon is regular, all the interior angles are congruent. Maybe that's an important piece of my definition. I noticed it says supplementary, so I'm going to add that. Add up to equal 180. Right? Supplementary was in there in the hint, so that's probably an important word that I define. I could add how to classify, I could write what a polygon is, I could write all sorts of stuff. What do I know? I know that the interior angle is 120 degrees, which means the exterior is 60 degrees. I know there's a formula for interior angles, which says n times n minus 1 times 180 will give me the total. And then that might be all I know for now, but I might add exterior angles, always add to 360. Now I'm going to go down to the second page, and this is where some of you are forgetting some stuff. Okay. Show you're thinking about your initial question, identify your point of confusion. List the general steps that you took. So I'm going to repaste my initial question. Measurement to your angle is given. Find the measure of the exterior. Okay. So then I'm going to start some thinking. Okay, so I might insert a little drawing. And I might try and draw one of my corners. There's my angle. I know this is 120. And then because I know supplementary, I know the outside is 60. So there's a little picture. And if the outside is 360, how can I use that to find out more? And then maybe I'm going to type up some steps. So far, here's what I've done so far. Drew a picture of angle, labeled all measures that I know. Wrote down, I should probably write down the other formula that I have too. Whoops, got a little. Let me write down the other formula that I know. This n minus 1 times 180. I think that's the right formula. I'm just going to write down information about interior and exterior. I forgot to take notes that day, so I might need to check with a friend about formula on n minus 1 times 180 because I'm not quite sure if that's right. But I'm still stuck. I don't know what I need to do, and I think right here I'm gonna bold it, and then I'm gonna copy it and paste it. Okay, if the outside is 360, how can I use that to find out more? How does that tell me how many angles make up the outside / inside? Right? If I know how many angles, then I can figure out the sides. Boy, I'm stuck with how to do that. And so notice my TQ at the bottom is different from my initial one. My TQ is where I'm stuck. Okay? So I want you thinking about this, and I really, really want you to be sure that you do this TQ at the bottom. Sometimes, I'm going to highlight it yellow so that we all kind of see what we need to do. Sometimes some of us don't do this particular spot, and then we're missing that point for that. Okay, so I'm giving you a refresh on all the key pieces. Remember, you've got that think aloud and all the things that we talked about with that to really do a good TRF for this week. So good talk. Have a great day.